Hi, Levi here, and welcome to Fortresscraft Evolved, my first Let's Play series on this channel. If you've never played Fortresscraft Evolved, you're probably thinking it's a Minecraft clone, a cheap cash grab on the Minecraft phenomenon, but you would be wrong. Fortresscraft Evolved is a very different game. Whereas in Minecraft, you run around as a lone individual trying to survive on a procedurally generated voxel world, going down into the depths with your pickaxe of illogical gold, and whacking away at the minerals under the surface for 1 or 2 bars. In the case of gold, probably being blown up by a creeper. In the case of diamond, probably falling into lava. Whereas in Fortresscraft, you use machines. Pickaxes are pathetic. We have ore extractors. Attach it to a vein and it will extract everything from that vein, and that is just a taste of how Fortresscraft is different from Minecraft. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Minecraft. In fact, I'll probably do a Let's Play on Minecraft at some point, but for now, I will sing the praises of the Let's Play series that I am doing, and that is Fortresscraft Evolved. So, I'm not going to do a tutorial. This is the tutorial. I'm just probably going to rush through it. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not here to hold your hand. There are also plenty of good tutorials out there for Fortresscraft. I don't need to spend the time explaining everything. It is... There's a lot to this game, and to do that in a Let's Play series would be mind-numbingly boring. So, instead, I'm just going to go right in and just start playing. Since this is a Let's Play, after all, that makes sense. Taking some power. I'll probably cut some things out here and there, especially if it's like waiting for stuff to smelt. I don't always have things to say, and I'm not going to bore you with silent digging. So, right now I'm just filling up this ore extractor. Give it some juice so it can do all the hard work for me. I actually thought this was a Minecraft clone myself. That's why I'm so passionate in saying that it's not. I left this on my Steam wishlist for a very long time. Far too long, really. And I finally downloaded it and played it, and it was great. Fantastic game. A lot of fun. It just recently left early access, and I would say it's that's fun. I would say it's a good game as it is now. There's a lot of good content, good playability. I do feel like it's a little limited, but the developer is still working on it. In fact, as I play it right now, it just had an update with a bunch of new content, and the developer says as long as it continues to get sold and the profit continues to be turned on the game, it will continue to be developed. Now, if you'll excuse me, my dog has lost his chew toy underneath the table, and I'm going to have to pause real quick and help him get it before he starts barking. Give me just a second. I'm back, and my dog is now much happier. He managed to get both pieces of his rawhide bone lodged underneath the table. Poor thing was whining and whimpering. Okay, it wants me to make Arthur's power core. Arthur is that thing that keeps falling from the heavens. He's here to help us.
Crafting.
Alright, and the shield is down, which is kind of unfortunate. I like bouncing around on it. I apologize if you hear any noise in the background. He is currently frolicking up and down with his bone. Literally throwing it into the air and catching it. I would show you, but the room is a mess. No, it's not that bad, but if I move the camera, God knows I'll never get it back where it's supposed to be. So, he's also a wet dog. He was sitting out in the rain. Couldn't get him to come inside. Anywho, so, let's see. I'm going to find things to scan. This is... I guess rock. We already got snow, dirt. Let's get some dirt. I love it. This entire time I've been using, like, my announcer voice. I love it. Oh god, get out of the way. Okay. I kind of like my announcer voice, though. It sounds good. It's my radio broadcast tonight on Levi Let's Play News. Levi Let's News? Levi Let's Learn. Oh, that's a good tutorial series, I bet you. I already got that one. Yeah, I already got that one. I don't know what I'm doing. Wood. Let's get some wood. Oh, there's a purple thing way up there, and I don't need to go way up there for a purple thing, but I'm going way up there because I love the grappling hook. And I love how this... that's one thing, like, originally I played Minecraft back when it was like 1.8 something in beta. Now it's 1 point something in, like, reality. Oh, there's Spidey. I like Spidey. Woo! And that was one thing I miss about Minecraft, is it used to generate really neat-looking worlds. And it doesn't anymore. Like, well, I mean, it generates decent worlds, but it's nothing like it used to be. I don't know if some of you remember, there would be floating islands in the sky and all kinds of great, massive, overhanging cliffs. Just a lot of cool stuff that it doesn't do anymore. And it's really sad because I really like that. But this game, you might be thinking, oh, well, that's because it had terrible terrain generation. But I disagree. I loved it. This game still has all of that wonderful, crazy terrain. Sorry, I'm talking too much and I'm not focusing on what I'm doing. It's not going to be the most efficient playthrough. I should say, my goal for this playthrough, I've played quite a bit of this game, my goal is to... Hey, Spidey. My goal is to get the orbital power transmitter fully powered, which apparently, according to the developer, is extremely difficult at this time because there aren't a lot of options for power generation. But I want to do it, or it just takes a lot of power, I'm not sure which. But I want to get it done. I want to do it. And my second goal is to not let the central power hub here get destroyed. A lot of playthroughs I've done, I just let it get destroyed, because there was no penalty for it, and I still don't think there really is. I mean, it's like, oh, CPH has to restart, and I just... whatever, I don't care. It doesn't do anything for me. Once you get past a certain point, the central power hub's kind of useless. I wish we could upgrade it or something, you know. I don't know. Or maybe it produced your food or something, I'm not sure. But at the moment, if it gets destroyed, it's like, okay, whatever, next. But I don't want to do that. I want to keep it alive this time, and hopefully we can avoid the wasps. Oh, there's something there. Let's scan that. That's probably copper. Oh, or not. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, it's just rough-hewn rock. Well, that's stupid. I thought it was copper. And how come it told me it was already known if it wasn't... And how come it popped up, whoops, on the unknown scan if it's already known? Oh, that's because I didn't dig deep enough. Silly me. I think this is copper. It's probably copper. Yep, that's copper. Which means, what is that? Why is it so close to the surface? This stuff's usually not this close. Yeah, it's copper too. That is crazy. I mean, in good kind of crazy. Which, by the way, if anyone ever tells you there's a good kind of crazy, oh no. Only the seriously crazy people tell you there's a good kind of crazy. And I'm here to tell you that there is a good kind of crazy. Okay, you know what am I doing? Why don't I just go ahead and put that down and slap some power inside it? Oh, let's clear this out. I'd like to be able to get that from the surface. I actually had recorded a couple playthroughs of this before actually doing this one, and there was always something wrong with them. The music cropped up, and that stupid copyrighted music started playing, and it's lovely music, but YouTube doesn't like it. So I had to delete those, and that was, I probably did 5 hours of, what am I doing? Probably did 5 hours of recording, and then had to just start over. So now there's an option to disable the music, and I have done so, I think. If not, I'll just edit it out. But yeah, so now I just disabled that, and then I went to record again, and my microphone was too loud. It might still be too loud. I don't even know, but I'm gonna leave it if it is. So I'm sorry. And I don't know. It's just each one of those I did the same thing. I went like tutorial wise. I was like, here we start with with our coal hopper, and we're going to do we're going to move the coal hopper to, we're going to empty it and put down conveyor. And I did it like a tutorial, and it was so boring. for both me and I'm sure any potential viewer. So this playthrough, I'm a little more scattered perhaps, but a lot happier and hopefully a lot more enjoyable on the user end. Yeah, that was copper. Okay, scanning for... Oh, I hope that's tin. Oh, I hope that's not tin though, because that's a really small tin vein. What's that? I'd be alright if that was tin. It's a little far away, but I can work with it. Alright, that's too slow. I'm not a patient person. Oh god, where is it? Oh, it's way back there. Okay. No, don't do that. No, stop it! Okay. I don't even know. I will probably end up cutting out a lot of parts where I just feel like there's no point in showing. Like, if I have to dig a super deep tunnel, I'm probably just gonna cut that out. You guys don't want to hear me just yammer on while I dig a tunnel. That's boring. So, crap, I emptied all that out and I didn't need to. I used my super build for nothing. But yeah, I'll probably just edit out, you know, parts that don't make sense. Also, I need your help. Remind me not to just use the Q key to take copper out of the copper ore extractor. Because if you use the Q key, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I think it's only when you first start a game, but for whatever reason, if you use the Q key, you lose all the resources. Gone, poof, you don't get them. Comes out of the extractor, but they don't go to you. I'm pretty sure that bug was already reported, but if not, hey developers, copper extractors, steal my ore, yeah. So, let's see, you don't have enough power, you're gonna die in 2 minutes. Get some coffee up in here for this thing. Alright, I can still reach it. I can't see it, but I can reach it. Take some power from the... That's another great thing about this game. It doesn't have some of the limitations of Minecraft. Like, you've got like an infinite reach, basically. I mean, you can only go so far as, you know, the game render will allow, but otherwise, you have an infinite reach. Okay, so that's fully loaded and ready to go, and drilling out this unknown material, because we haven't technically researched it yet. Also, we're in super luck. Look at that coal vein. Huge, and it's right next to the base. Okay, research that unknown material called tin, and, or, that is, it's tin. I'm from the South, which means we pronounce tin and the number 10 almost identically. Identically. Whatever. So, taking all the power. All the power. What are you doing up there? I must have accidentally clicked it down when... I'm glad I didn't, like, click it onto the surface of the moon or whatever. Oh, smelting. We should be smelting. Copper. Copper. Copper is so useful. I mean, tin is too, but, you know, copper is useful. That's one thing I wish the developer would add. Copper wires. Like, laser transmitters are all cool and all and everything, and I like them. And, you know, I'm going to let you keep using them, but I think copper wires had the best energy transmission of the century. Just saying. But yeah, like a cost-inefficient but high power transfer rate for copper wiring would be super cool. Just saying. Also, solar power is great. Wind power is awesome too. I mean, look at all this like windy looking stuff. We obviously are on a planet with high winds. I should be able to build wind turbines, like big old tall windmills. Okay, while that takes 3 or 4 days to process that, I'm going to look for iron. because we need iron. I might just go on down this way. It's a random hole in a random place, but let's do it. Gosh, can't see nothing. Okay, up you go. Just clearing out a hole. Let's see. Okay. I chose Fortresscraft as my first Let's Play series for entirely selfish reasons. But I'm honest. You can't fault me for that. I wanted to support the development of Fortresscraft because I like playing Fortresscraft and I want it to continue to get developed. Can't hate me for that. I mean, who wouldn't? Oh crap. Can't see anything. So, hoping to get the word out on Fortresscraft by doing a Let's Play series on it, and thus boosting its popularity, and thus the developers developing, I wanted to do this as my first series. I also really like the game, and I actually do genuinely feel like Fortresscraft is a good game that has a lot of potential, and people need to explore it more, because like I said, I had it on my wish list for a really long time, far longer than it deserved to be sitting there. Having played it, I really enjoy it, and I think other people will too. I am the kind of person who am not endorsed by anyone or anything who would want me to. I'm crazy. But if I feel like a product or service is good, I will flat out tell you and support it. So, there you go. How close are we to that thing we're supposed to... Okay, I'm just going to drill down to... One of my favorite memes is that Robert Downey Jr. one where he's like... I love that. I do that all the time. And we also found this, whatever that is. I think it's bedrock. Okay, excellent. Let's go back to the surface and research it so it doesn't show up on our scanners anymore, because I don't need it there. Oh gosh, that went too far. Come on. All right, give me your power. And oh, I gotta go collect these things real quick. If I don't, okay, yeah, not gonna forget. Do not forget. You will lose your copper if you just try and take it. 10 is okay, I think, but I'm not gonna risk it. Through the fire. I really hope that debris burns off quickly, because it kind of is in the way. Anyway, 10. Burn with me. Okay, down we go. Probably should have taken some power with me before I went, but I didn't because forethought. Let's see. Alright, let's scan. I need to see if there's something that... Oh god, I forgot to actually research. I got distracted. I'm sorry. I do get distracted a lot. I'm not technically ADHD or ADD or anything like that, but sometimes it feels that way. At least I'm not diagnosed. Let's see, process. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna grab some more power while I'm here. Won't I? Oh. Light, I need light. Low light. Okay, now we can scan. What is that? Ah, crap. Crap. Okay, scan again. What is it? Oh, it's that other kind of rock. Okay, that's fine. Whatevs. No! I can't leave this here. I will fall in it and die on my way down next time. I probably will. I'll probably do like a Minecraft Let's Play as well. I haven't decided. This is my first Let's Play, and I really don't know what I'm going to play after this. I've got a few ideas rumbling around in my head. If you have any suggestions, let me know, but given this is my first Let's Play, I doubt anyone's even going to watch it. And the only suggestion I'm going to get is to stop. But if by some miracle someone does watch this and subscribes and likes it and has an idea for a Let's Play series, please let me know. I like all kinds of games. I'm usually open world survival kind of game. I didn't research that. I'm usually an open world survival kind of game. I love games like I love Starbound. I'll probably do a Let's Play on that. I actually do like The Sims, but I don't know if I'll do a Let's Play on it because there's a lot of Let's Players, a lot of Let's Play players, vlogger, a lot of people doing Let's Plays for The Sims, and I don't want to be, number 1648. That's already the way I feel in my real life. I don't need to feel that way online as well. So, I'll probably do something else. I think that's a bigger thing over there. Let's see. But yeah, Starbound, probably going to do one on Starbound. Really like Starbound. A lot of fun. Waiting for the next update, though, because, well, I think I'm waiting. I might go ahead with it. But they just released, like, the combat update, and combat's all fine and dandy, but it's not my favorite thing. I like what they're talking about for the next update, which I think is, like crafting and stuff. I love crafting. But anyway, enough about a game I'm not playing. This is again, welcome to Fortresscraft Evolved. Yeah. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for Let's Play games or series or things that you'd like to see, or things that you're like, I think you'd like this game, let me know. I've probably already played it, but let me know anyway, because you never know. Is this just a single? Oh god, I'm almost out of power. Okay, but I had enough to do that. Don't have enough to scan, though. Ooh, wait, well, it doesn't matter. Even if I put down the extractor, I don't have enough power to... It's dark. Up we go. Can't see anything, but we're going. Come on, come on. Just a little bit further. Okay, got it. So, yeah, if you have any suggestions, just let me know. Whatever you guys want to see, I'll probably try and do that. Of course, it depends. A lot of games, like Fortresscraft and the developers of Fortresscraft, very supportive of the Let's Play community, but that's not true across the board. There are some companies whose names shall not be named for liability reasons who do not support Let's Plays, and to their own detriment, I say, because it really helps get the word out. I've learned about a lot of great games through Let's Plays, and especially since nowadays they don't do, you can't really do a lot of demos. You used to be able to do demos of like everything, but I guess because games are so large nowadays that, it doesn't make sense. But nowadays you don't see a lot of demos, and Let's Plays kind of fill the void that not having demos left us. Let's see, let's go on down. And I've learned about a lot of games and started playing a lot of great games through Let's Plays. Alright, this is gonna take forever. Especially because there's no light, like, so dark. Oops, I already had one. Look at that. Oh, too low. How low can you go? Apparently too low. I wish this was closer to the surface though, because my goodness, it's going to be a pain in the butt getting power to this thing. Well, yeah, it's going to take at least 2 laser transmitters just to get it down the shaft. That doesn't include, like, getting it to the shaft. Alright. Almost there, come on, a little bit faster, come on. Oh my gosh, how much further? I already said, I'm not a patient person. Okay, let's see. Alright, here we are. Oh good, it's a reasonably well-sized vein. I'm not even going to try to do that, because, no. Add power. All the power. I'll just go up there and get more. If I make it up alive. I don't plan on freezing to death or dying of heat exhaustion or whatever, but you know, it can happen. Come on, come on, come on. Woo, woo, ooh, ow. Take all the power. Alright, so we have a little bit of each. What I'm going to do... basic power transmitter. See, I wish the description of the basic power transmitter tells you how much power it transmits, because like I'm not gonna build one if I don't know if it's worth it, you know. So let's see. I want to oh, that's right. I'm going to replace
crafting
this hopper. I'm going to take this hopper. And I'm going to put this one down instead. And I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this one. Whoop, click, take, down. I'm going to put this hopper down by the iron since it's so far under. I don't want to have to keep coming back every 10 minutes. So, if I put that hopper there, it's going to throw all its resources in and I can just collect them all, you know, periodically or whatever. Uh-oh, ran out of power again. That's right, though. We're pretty warm down here. We're not freezing because I have lights, which it calls them torches, I guess. Especially if you think of it in like the British sense, a torch, you know. But I don't know. Oh, no! Don't cool down. Oh, I hate it when it cools down. Because when it cools down, it has to heat all the way back up. All right, let's see. You are. 10. More power to the 10. 10 times the 10. Okay. Alright. Research that iron. That iron. And grab this copper. Alright. You know, I almost wonder if I shouldn't have put that storage hopper right there. You know what, though? How much is a storage hopper? 10... Oh, 10 iron. That's gonna hurt. Ooh! Research! Black box data. Suit upgrading. Improved... Oh, crap. We ran out of power. Well, it'll replenish eventually. So, I guess in this first episode, we got all of our basic extractors running. We got our coal, we got our tin, and we got our copper. Yes, that evil one that steals all the resources. And we got a bunch of things scanned, we got some research going. Eventually... Yes, got it. I want the basic mining upgrades too. And I guess that's all we really did for this episode. Spidey, get out of the flaming wreckage. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. It burns. Burn with me. Anyway, this is going to be a good Let's Play. Things are going along pretty well. Trying some new things. I've never done this before with replacing the hoppers. Skipping tutorials because it's boring. And... hopefully everyone will enjoy this and comment, rate, subscribe, all those things that everyone puts at the end of their videos. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my first episode of Levi Let's Play in this series, Fortresscraft Evolved. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and remember that subscribing is the best way to see new content as soon as it's released. More importantly though, please comment, make suggestions for new games, improvements to the videos, anything you'd like to say, I'd love to hear it. I've got a lot planned for the channel, and I hope that you'll subscribe and stick around to see what's coming. Also, don't forget, if you think you'd enjoy Fortresscraft, click the title to go check out their webpage. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.